Hare Krishna.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He will wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is stay to the sweet chanting Hari's name. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hey. Yeah. These guys didn't even know about devotion until I started preaching it, and then he made that nice song. Thank you, Mahavir. That's a great song. That's really. Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's chant Hare Krishna. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good morning, everybody. Ivo and Shamakuri, Aman, thank you for coming. Lita. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. 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 Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Gaura Bhakta Gaura Bhakta Gaura Bhakta Oh my Lord. Gaura Bhakta Gaura Bhakta Ooh. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Nityananda, 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 Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, 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 Gaura Chandra, Gauranga, Gaura Chandra, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaura Chandra, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna. Oh. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare, oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Oh my Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Woo! Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ah, ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama. Ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Mm. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Das, 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 Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath. Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Woo! Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ooh, ooh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Whew. Ooh. Ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I could take a break. It's too freaking ecstatic, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. uh, uh, whew. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Whew. Ah, Jaya Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Guru Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Hmm. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya. All glories to Lord Vishwambara. This is Mahaprabhu starts the Sankirtan movement. All glories to Lord Vishwambara, the crest jewel amongst the Brahmanas. All glories to the beloved associates of Lord Vishwambara. All glories to Lord Gaurachandra, the stalwart amongst all religious preachers. What is this? There we go. See, stalwart. I like that word. Stalwart amongst all the religious preachers. See? When if the Lord starts using you, you become like that. That's what I notice. A stalwart, strong, committed, dynamic, charismatic, potent, miracles, miraculous. The Lord, he gives the power to his sons in this world. You know, notice to be a ray of Lord Chaitanya's preaching here in this world is so great. You know, there's the following verse is really nice. Here, where is this? Here, catch it. Where is it? Oh, doesn't last here for some time. Okay, I got to do it this way. Yeah. All glories to Lord Gaurachandra, the stalwart amongst all religious preachers. He's a safe bridge to the spiritual sky. Yes, safe bridge. I love that. That's so true. Lord Chaitanya is a safe bridge. You know, you need a bridge to get to the spiritual sky. Who is that? See, Lord Chaitanya. That's why he comes as. Oh, don't even try. It's it's some. Just listen. That's all I can do. I can't find it. Yeah, I'll get a book later. And this is kind of one of these things I found underneath the cracks. It's actually in Chaitanya Bhai. This is just a verse. Yeah, safe bridge, man. Yeah, and we need it. How are we going to get to the spiritual sky? That's why he comes as the spiritual master. He has to empower somebody to make that bridge. The guru is the bridge. You it's that simple. He has to. That's why it's so rare. It's not in every life you get somebody empowered like that. Number one, it's hard to recognize them. Everything has to be set up a certain way. Just like with Jesus, John the Baptist had to come. Nobody would have recognized Jesus. See, they both had to come. They had to have two special mothers, and you know the same thing with Lord Chaitanya. He had to send all his associates and all that. And for our preaching, it's the same kind of thing. Everything has been arranged a certain way. Otherwise, there's no way this could happen. People are coming now so easily. Like Maria was saying, wow, why is this, must be another life. I said, yeah, of course. I mean, how can you just come and then all of a sudden Lord Chaitanya appears and you feel like he's everything to you? This is not, This is not ordinary. This is a special thing. That's why this bridge has to be there so humanity can make it across into the spiritual sky. See, we got to overcome the resistance. We're going to help so many Vaidhi Bhaktas too to help get through that resistance. They need a bridge to get through that because where's the bridge? Where's the bridge to that? Beyond that, you need a person that makes the bridge. See, remember, like, you see, that was the bridge, Jesus Christ into the spirit world. Well, who's going to help the Vaishnavas? Who's going to help the Christians deeper too? It's got to be a bridge, right? See, the cross, the crossing, the cross. Isn't it amazing? The cross, the crossing, crossing the bridge. You got to go through that cross, you know. Mm. Ah, a safe bridge. I love that, man. Safe bridge to the spiritual sky. All glories to the Lord. He possesses incomparable beauty and is the embodiment of congregational chanting of the holy name of Krishna. And that's another beautiful thing. I mean, God, everything here is just so perfect. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, incomparable beauty. How does that show up? You think it's just some beautiful, like a man or woman, just so beautiful. No. You start chanting his name in ecstasy, and then you see what beauty is. That taste, you know, that loveliness, that happiness. Yeah, that's beauty. See, everything's beautiful. The verses become beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, we can't see that beauty. You notice that people can't recognize the beauty; they think it's ugly. Isn't that amazing how Mahamaya does that? Even with Vaishnavas, they don't think. I often I'm writing stuff. I say, "Boy, this is so nice. Thank you, Lord." And then I present it, and I can't believe the opposite feet. I'm thinking it's really nice, and my students, because they're purified, they also think it's nice. But most of the Vaishnavas think, "Blah, what is this?" They can't even read it. It seems too powerful for them to read. They just look at the words and they react immediately. They can't, they can't. It just starts pulling stuff out of them or something. See, that's what the real beauty of the Lord does. You got to get purified to appreciate it. Otherwise, everybody be chanting the holy name in ecstasy, right? It's a process of purification. You got to trust the process. What is this? Crossing bridge? Oops. Randy, Islam also teaches about crossing a bridge after death. The more pure heart a person was in life, the bridge is said to be wide and spacious. The more corrupt, the bridge can be a razor thin. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, yes. Yeah, and the beautiful thing is you don't have to wait. See, you don't have to wait for this now. Lord Chaitanya is giving. It's not like it's even better than Bhagavad Gita, where it says, "At the time of death, if you remember Krishna," you start remembering Krishna now with this loving ecstasy and that spaciousness. You start to experience. You don't have to die and then you cross over. You already cross over in this life. You experience it. You experience your spiritual nature, your spiritual body. The spiritual taste awakens. That's a liberated soul. You're liberated, while in this body. You liberate others while in this body. There's so much spiritual power in becoming a devotee of Lord Chaitanya and becoming part. You get the most expanded realizations, better than Plato, or any of the greatest persons in this world. You get the greatest. who persons, if they're not devotees of Lord Chaitanya, your understanding becomes greater than everybody's. Okay? And that's what you get from becoming a student of somebody that is influenced by Lord Chaitanya's grace. You know, people start respecting you. You know, they start blaspheming you too if they're not purified. You get everything that the family gets. They blaspheme Krishna if they weren't purified, and they praised him. They did the same thing with Jesus. They did the same thing with Lord Chaitanya. They do the same thing with Prabhupada. Everybody in the family, you become polarizing. They do the same thing with Gohari. They do the same thing to his purified students. It just comes with the territory. And it's okay. It's great. It's a proof of potency. Jesus he warned his disciples, they're only fishermen, He says, hey, man, if they start spitting on you, these people you're preaching to, because they spit on me, they're going to spit on you. Yeah. But great is your reward in the kingdom. Here, you don't have to wait. Your reward in the kingdom is right here. That's the spiritual power of being a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. It's the greatest thing in the world. Uh, uh, yeah. You bring the spiritual world here. I mean, like, really make it present. And you have the power to do that. No, only Lord Chaitanya, only God has that power. And if he empowers somebody, they can do it. Otherwise, forget it. Yeah. That's why you see the acharyas usually only in the recent ones since Bhakti Vinod, they only partially bring it. They don't really bring it through. Otherwise, it blows people's minds. Like now, you notice? Yeah, that's why they bring it in a little bit and wait for the right time and the right. See, the Lord knows time. See, Prabhupada said, okay, ground it now. Make it solid here. Integrate it. See, but that's why you have to see. It has to cause the fight, the conflict first. It's for the synthesis. Bold preaching. See, it's how Jesus is here. They have just bold preaching. You notice, bold man. Those guys, him and his disciples became like him when they got the Spirit. Look at you guys. You're becoming like more and more empowered, right? Works, doesn't it? It becomes more and more clear what we're here for, what we're here to do. And people are feeling it too. They start coming, more people coming. Why not? Why wouldn't you go to a place where it's solid? There are a bunch of wimps in this world, wimpy gurus, wimpy followers. Why wouldn't you go to a place where there's some spiritual strength? Come on, man. Right? People are not dumb. Well, they might be a little dumb, but this helps get them smart. Like, hey, man, I think there's some solidness here, man. Yeah. I think we can get some real shelter here. All right, I'm going to just skip over to something here. Srimad Bhagavatam. Second verse. We read the first one yesterday. Completely reject. This is okay. So Lalita and everybody, this is Canto 1, Srimad Bhagavatam, second verse. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Okay, completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavat Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. See, and people need to ask the question and want to go deep into this verse. What does it mean to be pure in heart? How do you get to that place of being pure in heart? Is it by following Vaidhi Bhakti, like rules and regulations to become a good Brahmin? Or is it something to do with devotion? Or is it a lot to do with devotion? Or is that the only really thing that can purify the heart? See, this loving relationship, this is that we need this gift through the parampara. It's being given now. This is called Bhakti Lata Bij. It purifies your heart when you're doing the process, the 9 process of devotional service. You get taste in doing that. And that taste is very powerful to purify your heart. And then you understand more and more what is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then you can preach that essence, and that essence is what delivers everybody, because that's called the highest truth. We need it. We won't know what the real path is. It's not Vaidhi Bhakti. Even Vedavyas had to go deeper. It wasn't enough to satisfy Krishna. Why is my heart? He said, why is my heart not unhappy? Why I wrote the whole rule book about Varnashram Dharma. I did this great work for humanity, but the Lord's thinking, it's not so great. I mean, maybe it's necessary. That's why I inspired you to the point, but your heart's unhappy, right? Because I'm not fully satisfied yet. Well, I'll do liberation. And he tries teaching all about liberation, the effulgence of God. And the Lord's thinking, inspired him. I mean, otherwise you can't do it unless you inspire him. And then, but his heart still, I'm still not happy. What's wrong with me? What's wrong? See, Lord, what's wrong? Why am I not happy? See? Then what? The Lord, see, by the mercy of the Lord, Krishna, God, whatever, God you want to, the God, the real God, which we don't usually know, sent him Guru, right? Narada Muni comes tootling along in ecstasy. See, in ecstasy, you know the essence of truth, right? To those who, okay, Bhagavad Gita 10:10 again. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. Narada Muni knew the essence, right? Gauri knows the essence too, right? Why? Because you got to be the verse, right? You got to be worshiping the Lord in ecstatic love. See? Lalita looks, she knows the essence. She worships in ecstatic love. See? If you don't worship in ecstatic devotion to some degree, then you won't know to come here. See, the Lord informs you. He sees you when your heart is calling out. See, everybody follows the book. Isn't that interesting? See, you're following the book, Lalita. Isn't that amazing? Veda Vyas also called out. You are also in the Vaidhi thing. They're saying, yeah, clean the toilets here. Do you're going to attain spiritual perfection. Just clean the toilet. Give us money, and cookies and all that, and and you'll attain everything. And you wonder, like, is this it? See, the Lord hears your calls. So it sends Guru. And then by the mercy of Guru, what do you get? Krishna. Why? Because your heart is getting purified. You get taste. Bhakti Lata Bij. It's all by the book here, man. That's why it says you could be a Sudra and you can teach the science of Krishna if your heart has been purified by bhakti. It's not like you don't have to be some. This is all a fool's job, a flim flam. They got all these complicated verses, that the Brahmins memorize and all that, and they dazzle you with all that stuff. That's called fool's gold. I mean, if you're an acharya and you have love of God, you can use that. But most, they're not really enlightened. That's in their toolbox, like with their dhotis and their neck beads and their straight tilaks. They need that. They need props. See? They don't know, usually don't know the real Bhagavatam. What is the real Bhagavatam? You want to know what's in my toolbox? It's called the highest truth, distinguished from illusion. See? Internalize the book. for the welfare of everybody. I can talk to anybody. Bring a sannyasi here, I'll talk. Bring a charya dev, I'll talk to him. Bring a food service waitress here, we'll talk to her. Anybody. The principles are so amazing, man, so simple, but so profound that even the greatest sannyasis and most intelligencies are impressed by that. Eh? Why? Because it comes from God. Everybody's impressed with God. Eh? That's why people got to be purified, because first that comes out is they vomit, all this. It's contamination. These classes are fantastic, man, because God is dictating them. What a great privilege to be that close to the Lord, where the Lord can use you and you use Him. See, both. It's a two-way street when you this kind of grace that Lord Chaitanya is giving. He uses you and you use Him, and you're both good with it. That's called surrender. Who can understand such things? Only the residents in Vrindavan. That's the kind of guru you need here in this life. You got one of those here. You think they just come across your way every day or in every lifetime? Hey, isn't this fantastic verse? Highest truth which is understandable by those devotees full and pure in heart. See? So this bhakti lata bees you get from such a place like this is so powerful. Purifies your heart, man. So that you become the devotee Bhagavat also. There's no other practical way, because that what they're teaching is really wrong in a sense. It's okay. It was right for the time, because people, it gets them a little motivated. Oh yeah, let me be a big sannyasi. Let me be austere. Let me reach a mode of goodness or stuff. It's okay for a time. But this is where the work really starts. It starts when you start crying, actually. You get Bhakti Lata Bij, and you're like, now you're starting to become reborn. You notice everybody they start crying a lot. See? So what do you think, Lalita? Any thoughts?
Not many, no.
Not many? Okay.
No.
If you got any, let me
It's
know.
pure. It's truth. What you say. It's completely truth. It's for those who are purified that you get these realizations. This is the path. This is how it works. Otherwise, you can forget it. If you don't worship in ecstatic love, forget it.
Yeah,
Forget nothing works. You don't understand anything. You understand it wrongly, so you start speculate, and there is no joy in speculation at all. You cannot preach, you cannot give, you cannot make people Krishna conscious. You cannot spread Krishna consciousness if you're not conscious of Krishna yourself. So leave the cookies at home and come,
come here.
come here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a great realization, huh? You just that's why people speculate, because they don't have this Bhakti Lata Bij awakened in them. They have no other choice. They're trying to do Krishna consciousness, but they don't have experience. So you have to worship the Lord. Worship to those who worship Krishna with ecstatic love. But see, you got to get that bij to do it. It's like people are trying to do that by their austerities, and they don't even know they're trying to do it. I mean, they're not clear about anything, but they're trying. They think, oh yeah, okay, let me attain God by works. See, by work of austerities and fastings and all that, and people that are also inexperienced are promoting that. So you got this whole in our line, you got this whole mixture of people trying to attain Krishna. See, but the devotees already attained Krishna. See, and they've attained Krishna because they're in full knowledge. They're in the ecstasy, and they're in the knowledge that comes from that. See, so they've attained Krishna, and so that's the quick path. Otherwise, you're trying to attain Krishna. Yeah. The devotee is the path. That's what Jesus is trying to say. You know, when I developed faith in Jesus, I was there. You know that he's already manifested the path. The same thing, Lord Caitanya already manifested the path. See, and he just and so the devotees who have that realization, you get that by their association, the bij, you get this seed so that you can water it by this hearing chanting, right? Isn't that what you're doing every day? Hearing, chanting, remembering. And it just gets more and more juicy, more amazing. It grows more and more forever. You think it's ever going to stop? No, it's not like stuff in this world. So on the others, on the other path, see, they're trying to attain this by their austerities and everything, but you already got it. See, you didn't have to do anything. You just are just open to receiving the word. The word is like the seed. The word is the truth. See, the truth that, see, to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, Krishna gives them the understanding and the real knowledge to come back home. See, they give you that knowledge. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I did not only receive the word, because I keep on saying that, and Fanny proves this now again. My English is worse than hers. She's 10 years younger. She had another education, etc., etc. We both received the mercy, the spirit
The
that
spirit.
emanates from you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the best start. And then the
Yeah, yeah,
word,
yeah.
little
Mhm.
by little.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But even
Yeah,
if
the
you
energy. Yeah, yeah,
understand
the
it,
energy.
it's the spirit, these vibrations that emanates from you, that affects people really. She also came to hear, only to hear your voice. She didn't know what to expect. She only wanted to hear your voice, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, see, the Lord uses, after you get your heart is purified more, He uses your voice to purify people. Yes, I was with Noodles when I went to Germany, and she says, I don't like my voice. I don't like it. And I was just chanting a little Hare Krishna, we're on kirtan and all this, and she's listening and chanting. And after a while, she's, wow, I like to hear my voice now. I like to chant. And then she started getting all these spiritual experiences, things happening, you know. Yeah. So this is the line. That's why you see the Lord passed this potency on, um, gave them the inclination to chant, and they got the potency, and they just developed it by watering, and they passed it on to others by their energy and their preaching. Yeah. Go ahead.
And it is by showing your devotion that it works. You know, today you were chanting, and then we both were ecstatic, but then at a certain moment you said, "Oh Lord." And I felt that you went a little bit deeper than a few seconds before. See, you bring us in that depth, in
Oh.
that, yeah.
I was wondering, I'm sitting here chanting every day, and I'm wondering, I see like, 15, 16. What are they doing? Are they enjoying this or something? They just seem to be hanging out.
Of course, we enjoy it. We are not fools who are sitting there just to watch something that we don't like.
Yeah, it shows you this is the path. That's what, the Lord did that. All he did was relish the name in front of his devotees, and as he got ecstatic, they got ecstatic. You know, it primes the pump. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, these things.
You
Okay,
give deeper and deeper waves and more waves, you
oh,
know?
wow. Really? Wow, that's
Yeah,
fascinating, this whole
yeah,
process.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, okay. Sounds good to me. Okay, such truth uproots the threefold miseries. Okay, okay, completely rejecting all varieties of religious activities. which are materially motive, this Bhagavad propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. Could you imagine you hear truth from a devotee whose heart is purified by bhakti? It makes an impression. You know, otherwise it doesn't really impress much. See, the Lord wants conclusive truth. This is his food. Okay? And that comes from our hearts purified. See, so it's imperative to come to this place, this platform. If we want to really please the Lord or really be pleased ourselves, anybody that's done Vaidhi for so many years, and you come here and you start to you get onto this platform, you see this is stronger, this is better, this is not only more pleasing to God but also to you. You realize more, you become more intelligent, more logical, more clear, more happy in your life. On all levels, it behooves everyone to reach this platform. There's just not enough um, intelligence in the Vaidhi level. They just it's like external. I mean, who wants? I mean, even the word external doesn't even sound good. Internal. See, internal bhakti. It's internalized. You are the book. The book is you. See, it's inside, see, and it comes out. See, the realizations, revelations. Okay? See, that's purport. When I hear, I read the verse and I talk about it a little bit because it's so amazing. These verses are jewels, are like valuable treasures to the Lord. That's why those who taste them and appreciate them experience the pleasure of God. Hmm? But it's so rare to find people who appreciate that pleasure. That's why they got to get purified. You got to become disciples. Hmm? Look at Maharaj Shukadev Goswami. He couldn't speak the Bhagavatam. He couldn't speak it to anybody. Nobody was purified enough to receive it until he met a real devotee. It was Maharaj Parikshit. He listened. There was room for his word, for his emanation. See, because devotees become ecstatic about, the words they chant, the bliss, that causes bliss. So if the emanation and the word can go in you, oh my God, what kind of result is going to be there? Huh? That's why it's so important. Chant with the devotee in ecstasy, man, because the word is going in, and the emanation is too. Get close to that. Yeah, yeah. I remember chanting with Lalita real close, like in the same room. It was, oh wow, man, it's amazing. It goes right in, powerful. Hmm. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need for any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of the Bhagavatam, by the culture of this knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. So, what is the essential message? That should be another question to ask. What is the message of the Bhagavatam? Well, it's in the stories. See, so like the story, what is the message of the story of Maharaj Parikshit being instructed by Shukadev Goswami? It's right there, self-evident. The message is sit in front of a self-realized soul and hear the Srimad Bhagavatam preached to you. Hear these conclusive truths. Be close to a self-realized soul. Learn Srimad Bhagavatam from a self-realized soul. There you go. It's all in the story. How many people know that? I know a lot of Vaishnavas might say, I know that. I sit in front of my guru and I hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, really? Have you developed ecstasy? Have you Do you feel like spiritually enlivened, your spiritual senses? Do you feel like your miseries are going? The threefold miseries, do you feel purified? See, so these questions you should ask because either you're sitting in front of a devotee and you're not really listening if they're really qualified, but you're not listening. That can happen. You're inattentive. See, the message of the Bhagavatam is simply like in the story. By attentively hearing this message, right in this verse, it says, by attentively hearing this message. So you're either inattentive or your guru is not purified, is not self realized. See how the stories they tell, hearing the message. Do you hear that message from your guru? Well, he can't transmit it if he's not self realized, if he doesn't know the self, if he can't relish transcendental mellows. See, therefore, he can't communicate the real message. He may even say it, but it won't be communicated to you because his energy isn't there. See, this message, the message of the Bhagavatam. Otherwise, if you're not self realized and you don't hear this Bhagavatam from somebody like that, you're going to get all this speculations and that waters down. That's why you wonder, it becomes a religion, it becomes mythology. Oh, it's just a myth, Krishna exists, and not an actual experience. Yeah. Does Krishna exist? Is he real there, Lalita? Does Radha exist? You, yeah. You're sure? No doubt? How can you, if you haven't experienced Radha and Krishna, how could you believe yourself that they exist? It's just a show. You're just like, well, you don't even know most. What I see, most gurus, they don't even know their motives. They don't even know that they're envious or jealous. Prabhupada's godbrothers that he commented on didn't know. He knew. He could see the coverings. Why? Because he's self-realized. Can you imagine? Prabhupada wrote these beautiful books. Could you imagine hearing them, hearing these books from somebody who has realized them? The power in that? What is that power? What you guys get. That nobody else gets in any sangha, not even the Narayana. You show me show me any guru getting what you get in the Narayana. That shows you the real truth is here. I don't care. You guys can balk all you want, but the real truth is here. The Lord demonstrates it that it's here. I just make the comments. I just point out the facts. Proof is in the pudding, man. Though you can say, "Oh, these are great, these great gurus, Jai Patak, Arad." Yeah, well, where's the demonstration of the real process of bhakti? Where's the real message of Chaitanya Charitamrita? The real message of the Bhagavatam? The real message of Bhagavad Gita being preached to the point of impressing God in people's hearts? And them appearing in their hearts like they do here. Ooh. You're so smug, Gorhari. Well, I got something to be smug about. I'm a smugger. Hey, man, if smugness is here in this world, it's got to be in the spirit world too. Maybe this is spiritual smugness. Pride. I'm very proud of these realizations and revelations. I think they're fantastic. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, that's a good one. I come here to collect jewels. See, as one is attentively and submissively hears the message of the Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. The Lord showed me something today about this, the message. It's all in the message. What is the message of the stories? I've been like just but I didn't not consciously now. Yeah, it's in the message. The power is in the message. That's why I was wondering why I like this one Bible. It was called the Message because they told you the essence of the story. Where do you hear the essence? You got to be an internal devotee. That's why the Lord's when Ramananda Roy said, "Oh yeah, Lord Chaitanya asked a question. Everybody, we should all ask this question: What is the supreme goal of life, and the greatest means to attain it? What is the highest goal of life?" And Ramananda Roy basically said, liberation, to be liberated, and you do this by following Varnashram Dharma. And the Lord says, liberation, Varnashram Dharma. That's external bhakti. Tell me something deeper. See, there's the message. What's the message of that story? Go deeper. Hey, anybody ready for the message? No, no, I'm the Varnashram Dharma. Prabhupada taught Varnashram Dharma. I'm Varnashram Dharma. I'm a Guru Dev, man. I'm teaching my disciples. Like the guy I'm going to have supposedly going to have a debate with. He's a Varna. He said, well, he likes what I do. I got to give him credit. Anybody who likes it, I think it's fan. I think this is a setup from Lord Chess. So I can't. Anyway, he's a great person. Just because he wants to, have a debate, just because he likes my preaching, I cannot say anything bad about him. Nothing. Just for that, you can go back to Godhead. Why not? Even though he's a Vaidhi Bhakti and committed to that and everything, he likes our preaching. He says, "Oh yeah, that's where it's going." But I'm going to defeat you anyway. Maybe I'll let him defeat me. Why not? Let him. What do you think? Should we let him defeat us? No, no, no. Okay.
That's not the
we
goal of
we don't
life.
want to we don't want to do like Advaita Charya and just start after bringing bhakti personified in this world to go and start preaching Mayavadi. We don't want to go back to Varnashram Dharma. Oh, Varnashram Dharma is the greatest. Oh, you're right, man. Oh. No, we tell them the deeper message. See, we emphasize that now. There was time. Prabhupada did great. Oh man, it's fantastic. To get people to believe in Krishna, that were in the mode of passion, get them to work for Krishna, build temples, you know, you know, they're doing the best they can. And so we're here to help out. Contribution, our contribution. Yeah. By this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within the heart. See, so what is the message again? See, message is you hear from the devotee, from a self-realized devotee, where the Lord is established in their hearts. See, not hear from those that it's not. See, this is the real message. This is the one that'll set you free. Because then you can ask the question, is my guru have the Lord established in his heart? And what are the symptoms? See, got to get the symptoms because he might be lying to you. Don't religious leaders have this thing? Don't they? Don't they? Don't we find out they have some little dirty secrets sometimes? Oh, I found that out. One of these gurus, sannyasi guys, he was sitting and watching all these porn things and going around in this sannyas uniform. That's not really, you know, come on, man. Why wear the sannyasi thing and then, why not just be like, better to be a smuck and say, oh, Lord, I'm a smuck. I like, he might save you then, you know? Like people can come here, you can have any, you might have bad habits or this and that. Just by the fact you come here and you're listening, you'll feel like strengthened, purified. You don't have to be anything special. Actually, that's harder, because they won't listen. They get more contamination. Okay, anyway.
Again, this hearing is about the vibrations and hearing the truth spoken by the bona fide spiritual, the realized spiritual master.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's about, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like you understand what these souls are. Like Jesus said, the mark of a prophet is they clarify what has been said before and then they bring forth new things. I experience that every day. That's what gives I love that. I
A
love the
combination,
clarification. And I love these new jewels coming. It's just what a
combination of
gift.
Radha Krishna. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the love of Krishna. It's beautiful. Yeah. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam. See, relish it, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Shukadev Goswami. See, this Bhagavatam fulfills the highest desire. See, that's called love of Krishna. See, not all the Vedas do that. See, the Vedas may be teaching some lower things and don't fulfill the that. See, this is the matured fruit is ecstatic devotion, right? Love of Krishna. See, that's what you get in Bhagavatam, okay? And also, and actually, in many ways, more so from Chaitanya Leela. He even says it in those who chant, those who hear Chaitanya Bhagavat develop pure love of Krishna, devotion to the Lord. See, and quicker. That's why you see most of my students, they always got their nose in that book. They like it. You like that book? Chaitanya Charitamrita? All right, so Lalita, why don't you read us something here? Whatever you
Okay.
want to read, you
Oh,
choose. Chaitanya Charitamrita, read some of that.
okay. I'm happy that it's not Chaitanya Bhagavat because that's a difficult one.
Difficult, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Chaitanya Chari. Read chapter 8,
Which book?
Adi Lila.
Adilya, chapter 8. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much. I hope I'm not muted. Okay, it's okay. Oh, glories to you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glories to disciplic line. Oh, glories to Lord Nityananda. And oh, glories to Lord Chaitanya, to Srimati Radharani, to Krishna. I offer my respects to the Supreme, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Prabhu, by whose desire I have become like a dancing dog and suddenly taken to the writing of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Although I am a fool, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gaura Sundara, I also offer my respectful obeisances and to, and to Nityananda Prabhu, who is always very joyful. Let me offer my respectful obeisances and to Advaitacharya. Who is very merciful.
Nityananda is always joyful. See? Why? See? Because he's got that potency inside. See? That's why we need to become part of the ecstatics, man. So we can become joyful by engaging in devotional service. Excessively so, like Nityananda. This excessive happiness. This is what people are looking for. This excessive joy. Actually, I was watching something. Today, this guy was a crack addict, and he was just an ordinary person in the world. And he said, "You don't." He was getting interviewed. He was like a NASA scientist and all this. He says, "You have no idea how pleasurable it is to smoke this crack, because if you do it, you get in a pleasure that is not you have never experienced before." And he says so many people, they do it once or something, they never stop. Is that it gives them that kind of some kind of activation in their brain. So people, they're looking for this kind of pleasure, but that's in the holy name. See, this is why, because it gives you a pleasure like that. But that guy, after the interview, is a young guy. He right after that, he even said he right after that interview, he died pretty quick, like in like maybe days. See? That's the world, man. But this is the pleasure the Lord wants to give. It's an increasing, deepening, and good for your body and your consciousness and for others. Look what this is doing. Look at the blessing this is giving people. And it's got that and greater pleasure than that. That's why the Lord came to save us. Otherwise, people turn to shit like that. Heroin also is like that. To get a high, like and people turn to these things, but they need to turn to the holy name to get the real permanent pleasure. This excessive play is very excessive and very wonderful. That's what you got to show. I mean, if you're what kind of, I mean, now when this is being demonstrated by even my students, this kind of chanting, this means this is what's here to take over. I mean, why would you do anything else? Why wouldn't you want to get the goal of the message of the Hare Krishna movement is this kind of chanting, isn't it? It's always been that message from the beginning. The Sankirtan movement, the Prema Sankirtan movement. Not just jumping up like monkeys. Okay, that's fine. Hare Krishna, you see the other jumping up too, and you get inspired to jump up, like on a pogo stick. I mean, that's okay, but kind of, how about Prema Sankirtan, where you're inspired from within to chant the taste, like that. This is the message of the Hare Krishna movement. Is this demonstration of Prema Sankirtan? See, you come here, you get the message of the Bhagavatam, the message of Chaitanya Lila is Prema Sankirtan. See? And you get engaged in that very easily here, just by hearing, by just like you see Fanny's and Amy's, you're getting this. Lalita's, see, associating with Prema devotees. It's always been. That's the message of the Bhagavatam. That's the message of Bhagavad Gita, is to associate with devotees who have love of God, even coming from Krishna, who is the source of that love. Arjuna heard from Krishna, who actually was God. Who, you could say, when you hear from a devotee, it's the same in that sense. They are empowered by that God. You know, they're bringing that God to you. And just like Arjuna, oh wow, my ears are like tongues. Keep on speaking these messages of these absolute truth that only you know. I only know these things because my Lord knows these things. And he shows his sons in this world. And the sons show the world. That's a disciplic line. Yeah, then you are empowered to be like that. Also, you become like that in the line, part of the family. There's no other way to get this. That's why they'll chant till they're blue in the face until they learn this lesson. This is the message of the Bhagavatam. This is the message. It's not by austerity. See, they haven't learned this yet. They need to hear this from a realized soul. It's not by austerity, not by your mantra chanting, not by your sadhana that you're going to attain this love of Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who have this love of Vrindavan. And they preach to you the confidential message and not some other message because you're not, because it's not the Lord's desire. They give you, well, give them the side message, Varnashram Dharma message, or the regulative devotional service message. Lord didn't come here. You need to know the message of Chaitanya Leela. The Lord didn't come here just to give Vaidhi Bhakti. He came here to give the love of the gopis for Krishna. This is well known. Who's doing that? Well, the Parampara didn't, they were giving Varnashram Dharma. See? Well, okay, that's fine for then. Yeah, Lord has changed his tune now. Now it's take the love of the gopis. It's time to preach the real message, the confidential message of all these books, the love of Krishna. Hear that message. You know, see, because it's a clear direction right to the goal. I'm not misdirecting you. Say, oh, well, go through Varnashram first and go to that step. And then later on in another lifetime, you'll go another step or go, do the sadhana siddha. No, I say, go to the mercy step. Go to mercy siddha. Get your perfection by mercy. The Lord came here to give mercy perfection. You see, and that is enforced now. Get the mercy perfection. Don't go through gurus teaching you something else now. If you've got sufficient understanding to hear what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, just come here, get the mercy like everybody else. What? Lalita's not proof of getting the mercy? You don't think? Why is she getting this if this is not real? If this is not the highest path, the highest truth? Huh? Shows you the Lord's very pleased with this preaching. Prabhupada's pleased with it. Yeah, making ecstatic devotees. Why wouldn't he be pleased with this?
Still, devotees don't believe in the mercy of Lord Caitanya. It's a kind of atheism, only believing in those who study the Shastras. But if you receive the mercy, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. So they don't believe in Krishna. They don't believe in
That was the
mercy.
same thing when Krishnadas Kaviraj wrote that book, and you're going to see in the chapter. He said, those who don't believe in the mercy of the Pancha Tattva are like tumultuous croaking of frogs. And that's exactly what they do. Just boring classes, dry renunciation, renounce, all of them, all the way up to Narayan Raj. Same thing, dry renunciation, dry, take sannyas, become a big stick, sit on the high stage. See, dry.
Dry
This
and
is
proud.
dry and proud. Well, I mean, it's fine. Everything is the way it is. But this is, if you want to go back to Godhead, you want Godhead to come to you, you want to chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion and find the only real happiness in this world is tasting God and to have so much close intimacy with the Lord. This is the only place on the planet I've seen that you have any chance for that in this quick. Yeah. This kind of intimacy is phenomenal. I mean, it's like, It's a very rare setup. I mean, people come here and you got support, not only one person, you got a lot of ecstatic devotees popping up like lilies in the field. Where the heck are you going to get that kind of association? Come on, let's get real. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Lolita. Read on.
Okay. Let, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Advaita Acharya, who is, who is very merciful, and also to that great, great personality, Gadadhara Pandita, the learned schooler. Let me offer my respectful obeisances and to Srivasa and to Srivasa Thakura and all the other devotees of the Lord. I fell down to offer them respect and worship their lotus feet by remembering the lotus feet of the Paishatapa. A dumb man can become a poet. A lame man can cross mountains, and a blind man can see the stars in the sky. The education cultivated by so called learned scholars who do not believe these statements of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is like the tumultuous croaking of frogs.
Yeah, see, they don't believe in just what we're talking about. They don't believe in the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. What is that mercy? Is what you see here. You can see the real stars in the sky. See the stars, the truth. You can see that. Otherwise, you're
Right.
blind. You can get over all the obstacles that are in the way of people becoming realized. Self realization is so hard for everybody else except those who get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya in the real line. That's here, man. You know, you get the mercy here, and then you get over that, and you become a real scholar, like the great scholar Gadadhar Pandit. He was a scholar because of devotion. When he studied the books, he cried, he laughed, he choked up. Now that's scholarship. He understood these things.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Look at
Otherwise, it's the tumultuous croaking of frogs to devotees. Oh, the guy's got no, all these speculating, superficial. You know, you can't see the depths. You can't make bridges. Yeah. See, all because they don't believe in the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's why ultimately the real message of Chaitanya Lila is to believe in the mercy of the Panchatattva through the disciplic line, through their real associates. That's the message of all of these statements in there. Is believe in that. When you come here, you're going to believe. If you come and really listen attentively, you're going to believe in that mercy of Lord Chaitanya because it's here already. People are getting it. See, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. See, that is here. That it's not like, oh yeah, those who don't awaken mercy, a love of Krishna are certainly the spirit, certainly spiritual masters. It's not like that. No, no. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna, which you can see here, it's happening in people, are certainly the spiritual masters. So you know the verse, the book Bhagavat, and the devotee Bhagavat are the same. See, no difference. Otherwise, you don't know. Person can read these verses, but they're not that guru that awakens devotion. So
so.
they're not, you're not sync. You're not in sync at all. That's why you die without love of God. That's why all they can do is teach you rules and regulations now, because they can't come up to this standard. Even if they're going Radhe, 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 oh, Rupa, 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 wear Rupa Nugas like they do, but they can't bring you up to the standard, see, of this love of Krishna. See, they can't awaken it in you. That's the only problem I have with these people saying we're Raganuga Bhaktis, we're spontaneous devotion, without devotees, without the spontaneous devotion. Ah, better just to be honest and say, I'm sorry, I don't have the power to give you that, or it's not time to give you that. And we'll just give you a lot of rules and regulations. And we're not going to discuss that at all, because otherwise you'll become sahaja. I'm discussing these things because we got the potency, I got the order, the blessing and everything is here. You come here and hear this message, you're going to get spontaneous devotion. You're going to be qualified to hear these subject matters. You're going to taste this. It's going to destroy your miseries. You're going to have a new revolutionary life here. Hey, why? Because it's blessed, it's empowered. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead there, Linda.
Without the key, you better don't open that book. You're the key to those books.
Yeah. You know how in the Catholic they bless these objects, they bless it, but that's all superficial. Often the minister doesn't even have the power to bless it. It's just a ritual. They bless it. Well, that's a devotee, man. They're blessed to do this by the Lord and the Lord's the parampara. You got to be blessed. You got to get their blessing. You know, and the proof of that is that the blessing manifests. The word that they speak manifests. Otherwise you're not really a blessed object from the parampara. So I told you, see, I had a dream with Prabhupada. Krishna came to my second disciple to start everything off. And this is proven that it's not just a lie or an exaggeration, because it works. The blessing is working. Otherwise, there's no blessing. That's why you see there's no ecstatic devotees anywhere that I've seen, really. No conclusive ones of this standard. But people are coming out a little bit. They're coming like some kind of people looking pretty good. One ecstatic seems like he likes my preaching. That's pretty. That's a lot. maybe we're getting a committee together here or something. Let's see. Okay, go ahead there. Read on. Oh, wait. I wanted to read some comments here.
Okay.
This first. Let's read some of this. So Brandy said something here. So Bhaktitam, I love empowerment, clarity, and contact. See, that's a nice one. I like that. Yeah, empowerment, clarity, and contact. Yeah, beautiful. Hare Krishna. Okay. Brandy says, I think part of it's being completely without violence and perfect kindness. Um, well, Randy, that's, see, without violence and perfect kindness, maybe at times. But that's kind of a mode of goodness thing. It's not a clear, conclusive understanding how the Lord works. See, that's the fault in that mode of goodness, is it only is nonviolence and kindness and all that. But the Lord may manifest other violent behavior sometimes. See, and not kind behavior, but there's kindness in unkindness when it's to do with the spiritual potency. That's the difficulty to understand the full range of the Lord's motion. You know how an arm has full range of motion? See, So if a human being has full range of motion, see, sometimes they're kind, right? A person sometimes they're kind, sometimes they're violent, sometimes they're this way or that way. But to tell no, well, actually, God is not like that. God has only got half a range. See? So if you understand this spiritual potency or the material potency is just a reflection of the spiritual potency, that means there's violence and like seemingly unkindness in the Lord. Now, this is what this is why people have a hard time with this, that are too attached to goody two shoes, trying to be good, and kind all the time, and that kind of stuff. They have a hard time with this, but that's just conclusive. I mean, look at Bhagavad Gita. Look at the Lord. He liked weapons. Oh, I don't like that. That's ooh. Well, then you're not understanding the full range of God. Even though the Lord didn't use weapons per se to execute his mission, like Nishingadev used his nails and just took apart Hiranyakashipu. Where's the kindness in that? Well, there is kindness in it if you understand the full range. Hiranyakashipu was a big demon. That was the perfect medicine for him. He was eternally liberated by the nails of the Lord. I would love to tear me apart, Lord, with your nails. I would love it. Even the devotee prayed, "Let me. You want to do this kind of pastime? I'll be there. You tear me apart with your nails, man." That's called love. But who the heck knows that stuff? Where do you hear anything like this? The acharyas would never even tell you these things. See, they knew all these things and kept it for themselves. Well, I ain't here to do that. I'm here to teach the full range of motion of the Lord, and everything is beautiful when it's Him. And now, Lord Caitanya didn't do the thing tearing people apart with the nails and everything, but he, in his behavior, sometimes, like that. What's this? That one, the leper. The guy got leprosy because he criticized the devotee. So the Lord wanted to teach him a lesson. So the leper sort of realized his fault to a degree. He thought, I got this leprosy, and the Lord Chaitanya has come here to deliver. He started to develop a little faith in Lord Chaitanya because he had no hope. This is like the world. They're kind of in a similar situation. They got no hope now. See? And he thought, well, if I go to the Lord, he'll forgive me and take away my leprosy, right? He goes to the Lord. And the Lord was so unkind. Or was he? Oh, please take away my leprosy, Lord. You think, Lord, the guy's, forgive him, Lord, forgive him. With the Lord, I shall not forgive you. Oh, you are going to, he was angry. You talk about Nishingan, he didn't lay a finger on him, just got angry. Conclusively angry. I shall not. You offended a pure devotee. You put all that paraphernalia on Srivasa's door to make him look bad. And you said unmentionable words about Srivasa. I shall not. You went against the devotee. Devotees come here to deliver the universe. And you hampered his work? Oh, these worms are going to just start biting you. Your miseries are just beginning. Now, where is this kindness? See, that's why I say inconclusive. Now, was that the right medicine? That seemingly unkindness? Because the guy would have been forgiven. He'd probably go and do more offenses against Srivas again, right? No, the guy learned his lesson. He went to Srivas, apologized. And then his leprosy went, and he became a pure devotee in our line. Hard to understand the mind of the Lord until you hear it explained. Then it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense why the Lord was on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. It makes sense why Hiranyakashipu tore apart, Nishingadev, and then the Lord's harsh words smacked these persons. That's the God I worship. I don't know about you. You like just a kind God. Well, that's not conclusive. I like conclusiveness. That's why you want to get really purified. Come here. I'll tell you the full range of motion of my Lord. Don't make think him that man is better than my Lord. If a man can get angry and pollute you, my Lord can get mad and purify you. That's why people misunderstand the goody two shoes. See, that's why I say this is a fault in that, because you may see a guru get angry. You may see Prabhupada. I know people. Prabhupada got proud. He got angry, and they said, "I'm leaving this guy, man, because a real devotee is only kind, only without violent behavior." Oh, and left Prabhupada.
Same with Jesus.
Same with Jesus. Oh, let's go away. Pharisees. Oh, look at him turning over the tables in there and whipping people there. We're not going to believe in him. See, but it's always purifying whatever the devotees do. Or look at this example. You know how many people go away because I get angry? But look at the result of those who don't go away. Huh? Why isn't Lalita Ganga? Is she getting polluted by this anger? Oh, violent behavior. I get violent sometimes, but never. I never get physical. Never. I just. I just like to. I'm just a bark like a. You ever see bulldog? Bark. That's all.
You cannot get physical. We are on the other side of the world.
Even if you were here, I wouldn't do anything.
I know, I know.
I'm gonna jump on the screen. Yeah, conclusiveness. I'm sorry, I'm into uncompromising conclusiveness. Yeah, yeah, full range. See, what the bottom line is, the devotee's anger purifies you, and you know that, you feel that. You may like the Lord is so angry at Devan. See again, anger. See, perfect medicine. Devananda Pandit became a pure devotee because of the anger of Lord Caitanya. Oh, I'm going to rip up. See, he was conclusively angry. I'm going to rip up his book. He's not qualified. Like, go around. Hey, what are you guys doing on that seat? You don't have love of God. Get off of it. See, I think that could be purifying. You know, really get into the drama. You know, people get the message. Or should I say, oh, you're not qualified. You shouldn't sit on it. You think that would do anything?
No, no, it would be boring, Guru Maharaj. We wouldn't listen to you.
That's why nobody listens to them. They just shake their head and they don't understand anything. The guru doesn't. They go away. Well, we did our job, man. Now let's go collect the funds. They go there and collect the money. See, materially motivated religiosity, the whole thing from gurus and all that. Prove me otherwise. Prove it otherwise. Show me some disciples who have ecstatic love of God. I mean, that's the standard now. Hey, man, the standard is here. Hey, people come here, they make spiritual progress big time. Why would you go anywhere else? Yeah. Only if you're impressed by uniforms, clotheslines. You want the clotheslines? Go out there. They'll hang you out to dry. You'll be dry. You'll be sitting there in the dry thing. We'll be wet, man. We stay wet on the line. See, always wet. This is what it's about. Stay wet, man. Wet with the mercy of the Lord. Excuse me. I said, excuse me. Can I get Krishnized in this establishment? I can. Yeah. See, otherwise you're in danger. You know what the danger is? These people know that you're looking. You're looking for goody two shoes. You're looking for a non-violent, kind person. Those are the wolves, and they know that, and they bewilder you. See? They're looking for a kind and a non-violent guru or teacher or something, and then you believe in them, and then they got you. See? Oh, the world does that too. What do you think Bill Gates did? Oh, you think he just started the foundation because he's a philanthropist? No, he did that so you develop confidence in him and you go get your little thing. Oh, look how good he is. They all know, the demons know this. They use it. No, don't go hard. Look at him. He's preaching violence and that God is violent. Well, isn't God violent? I just pointed out the situation. Did I not prove my points? Didn't I say also it's not the kind of violence of the world? He's pure. Everything he does is the right medicine for God's sake. And if he inspires somebody to get angry, it's for their benefit. If they're really being used by the Lord. Look at Mini Ketan Ramdas. He got extremely angry because the person didn't pay obeisances to Nityananda, who was awakened in his heart. Extremely angry. Blah, blah, blah. Broke his flute in anger. Great medicine. Perfect thing for the guy. He probably became a pure devotee. Yeah. You got to watch out. Somebody that doesn't gets gets kindness from the Lord. Usually, he might be cheating you. He cheats people like that.
We don't we don't expect too much kindness. We are cheated.
Look at Ramachandra Puri. Ooh, yes, instruct me. Oh, you're so. Yeah, you shouldn't have got ants in your. We saw ants running. You must be eating sugar candy. Yeah. Oh, you're right. And he left the same as he was. That's the lesson in that. But Devananda Pandit became a pure devotee in that life. We see. See, the Bhagavatam and these books are full of messages. I just love just preaching the message of each story. What is the message of the story? What is the moral of the story? What is the transcendental moral of the story? That's the thing. What is this? Please explain what? Why? Please explain. Oops. Okay, let's see. We got some more. I've been empowered by the mercy of Srila Gaur, and sometimes my weeds grow well as well. Yeah, 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 that can happen. But they get cut down. But the ecstatic devotion starts to cut them down too.
Are
You
them
need,
not most old weeds that are not have been pulled out by the first cleaning?
yeah, just by and by, the ecstatic devotion is like a solvent. It starts to, after a while, there's some of it you just see. If you're holding it, sometimes you can hold the thought forms, that make you miserable. And then you start to get more aware. You realize, why am I meditating on that's making me unhappy? It becomes like a skin. You're not identified with it so much. See, and then you can let it go. See, so because you've melted the hard glue. It's not like a glue anymore. You realize, oh, look, every time, I mean, become intelligent. Every time I start meditating on past and all that stuff, I become moody and miserable. Yeah. So I say, forget the past is done, man. But sometimes we remember, and you remember, well, I'm unhappy because yeah, yeah. Well, okay, it's done. We moved on. Yeah. Okay. Read a great connection between Srila and Lalita. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Read some more there, Lalita.
Okay. Formerly, formerly, kings like Jarasandha, the father-in-law of Kamcha, strictly followed the Vedic rituals, thus worshipping Lord Vishnu. One who does not accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead is certainly a demon. Similarly, anyone who, who does not accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Krishna, the same Supreme Lord, is also to be considered a demon. Lord,
Yeah.
Lord
So, what's the message of that? See, there, people need to know what is the message of that statement. Those who don't accept Krishna are certainly a demon. Well, people can say, "Well, we accept Krishna. We're not demons." You know how many people in ISKCON they tell me that when they hear my preaching, they say, "You're a demon. We're not demons." See, so because they only accept, they don't get the real message. That hasn't see the Bhakti Vinod said the acharyas ascertain the real message of the Bhagavatam and keep it for themselves. See, because people usually are neophytes that come to religion. See? And so our books happen to be very deep. See, and they point out our atheism, and most people are not able to take that. They wouldn't come. They think, "What? I'm an atheist, or demons? Why would I?" Most people, that's why you see their statements. Prabhupada and Bhaktivinoda said, there are many people in our Krishna conscious movement that are demons. The,
yeah,
see? Now, people might think, oh, that's really horrible and all that. Well, it's just, see,
not accepting Satchitananda, you're a demon.
yeah. You're contaminated. See, the thing is, you're contaminated. You can be even a demigod and not accept Satchitananda. Look at Daksha. The Daksha was in a demigod in the mode of goodness, and he didn't accept the Satchitananda presence of Shiva. It shows you how high this is. That's why I pay no mind a demon or demigod. If whatever you are, I don't care, demon or demigod. If you somehow or other your heart is touched by this message, you'll overcome all those obstacles. You'll get the mercy of Lord Caitanya. You'll be able to leap over mountains of these obstacles. You'll be able to see the stars in the skies. You'll be able to see these scriptures and how beautiful they are. Okay? You'll have that mercy, which is Bhakti Lata Bij, to cultivate ecstatic, ever increasing ecstatic worship of God. Okay? So whether you're demon or demigod, you become instantly pious just by accepting the message here. Very fast to come to a righteous level here. Do you see how that works? It's not contingent about what you are now, like I'm a demon, I'm a demigod. Are you accepting deliverance? Are you ready to do that? You see how people change very fast when they accept Jesus sometimes. They go from a demon to a beautiful being. I've seen that. You can see people that they were like serving the demoniac, and they got all these tattoos, and the guy just start crying like a baby and all that stuff. That's the change, and they have a
Yes,
demon type body. They've been worshiping Lucifer and all that change. Yeah, so that happens here. Whatever you are, it doesn't matter, demon, demigod. You come here and get the change of heart simply by somehow or other. If you're attracted to this preaching by God's grace, I just preaching the message. You're preaching the message. Whoever this word goes in can become instantly forgiven and pious, and start having spiritual experiences. We're at that kind of situation again, starting with the Vaishnavas. They can overcome this Vaidhi level. You can abandon all varieties of religion like that. And you can go your whole life on those paths with those kind of gurus, and you're still in religion and you never get over it. You never get over Varnashram Dharma preaching. The resistance is too strong there. See? You need association like this, holding the space, man. See, above Varnashram on the level of Raghunuga Bhakti, in the realm of spontaneous ecstatic worship. That's here. See? Holding it. We're not going anywhere. You think Lalita's going to change or anybody? Is Johan going to change? Huh? Janaki going to change? Is Govinda going to change? No. Yeah.
Freddie is not going to change.
Yeah. Freddie, it's, Amy. I don't think she's going to. I think yeah, she's.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Tom is
Especially
not going to change.
once you figure it out, when you find the real place, you find a real guru, and you become committed from your heart to Guru and Krishna and the Vaishnavas, Maya cannot touch you. She's done her job. She said, I can't touch you. I'm afraid of these kind of devotees. I don't want to offend them. So you want real protection? It's here.
It's here.
Do we get a thumbs up on that? Eh. Give us a like, man. Give us a like. Yeah, go ahead there.
One who does not accept Krishna. Did I say? Yeah, I said it already. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, unless people accept me, they will be all destroyed.
And again, what is the message? Well, we accept, see, you can look at it. People, and they got millions of Vaishnavas now. Well, we all accept Lord Chaitanya, but then the test comes. See, the message is what we teach. Oh, yeah, the test comes, and this is the test. Do you accept Lord Chaitanya? Oh, yeah, we accept. No, well, you accept his name, maybe. You accept
Everything.
his the pictures you see about him, which really probably don't really show what he really looks like. You accept that, but do you accept his energy? Do you accept his conclusions? Now that's brought forth to you as the test by the conclusive preaching of an ecstatic devotee who is related, an associate of Lord Chaitanya. See, if you accepted that, you got to prove, are you a disciple of such a guru like that? Because if you're not, or at least a well wisher saying, hey, man, this person is preaching the truth, then you're not accepted by the Lord because you don't really accept the Lord. It's a mutual relationship, isn't it?
Yeah, and
That's
accept
why those,
the
yeah,
work of the Lord as well.
yeah. See, that's why the Lord said that those who are the devotees are my real devotees, not the people who are my direct devotees or they claim to be my direct devotees. See, because yeah, this is by the book, the real message. See, when you hear these things, you're hearing the real path. And then if you follow the real path, you get the desired result. The problem is people don't preach the real path, even though they got the book right in front of them, even though they're preaching from the book. They're not the path, they're not the real guru. They also need to find the real guru, the real associate of the Lord, and hear everything preached properly. You know? Go ahead, Lalita.
Lord Chaitanya, yeah, you will be destroyed. Does the merciful Lord accept it? The sannyasa order. So it's out of his mercy that he accepted that order to to be trustworthy, to be recognized as a bona fide spiritual master, because he didn't
To be
have that.
accepted by the Brahmins who were sticklers for the rules and regulations. Because before that, he's just having, like here, did kirtans nonchalantly walking around Navadweep, not paying anything much mind or any of the scholars, you know, and he would just tell them conclusive truth, and be into the kirtan and be ecstatic and all that. The Brahmins hated that. They said this guy's not in control. He needs to be controlled because they're in control. See, their whole thing is a control thing. The mode of goodness is control, control, control. Control yourself. Control your emotions. Stuff them down. Control your how much you eat. Control. See, it's just a mode of goodness thing. And here, a devotee is more free, right? Like here, more free. Oh, you didn't do Ekadasi. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. So they're faulting the Lord for that. So he broke off, in a sense, from Nityananda. Nityananda preached to the lower classes like I do. Because of the higher classes right now, unless they're very intelligent and get the mercy of the Lord, like some are getting now, they won't come here. So I'll teach these people who are not like you're really nobody when you go if you go to these groups. Oh, you're no like you're just out in the audience. See, I'm here for those first because the others they think they'll shoot Gohar he's not they're all proud they've been cultivating that. And then from that group you'll see there'll be some, like when there are already some there's gurus come and say, hey, Gohar is saying the right thing. So but that shows they got the real mercy of the Lord, otherwise they can't. See, so somebody from our group, maybe they'll take the strict thing and they'll go and they'll attract those kind of persons. They'll think, well, he's a good person. He's a good Brahmin, and they see got people come. They saw, well, he's following the sannyas order and all this. Well, he's a little ecstatic. Well, we can accept that because he's following. And that's what the Vaishnavas mainly teach. If you're an ecstatic devotee, preach that way. But I can't. I'm not a sannyasi type. It's not my nature. I got to do the Nityananda type way. Avadut, right? I've said I tell her I don't Avadut there. I'm not inspired. He was even Nityananda wasn't inspired. He said, "I'm not." You inspire people to follow this way with the rules and all that, and also be ecstatic. But I'm not. I'm do it like this. But they're both important preaching. See? How would you guys? I wouldn't. You guys probably wouldn't even come if I started to be more of a stickler for the rules and all that stuff, right? You're
Maybe we
not. You're
will
not
break
in
your
that mood.
stick.
Yeah, I'll come with a stick and like that, and and they'll think, oh God, I'll never be like that because I'm not like that. Yeah, well, so the Lord sent you a Sudra. Nice, huh? Jesus was like that. He was more like a Sudra type,
Super nice. Yeah.
carpenter. It was great hope for the lower classes. So, I'm dealing first with the lower classes because the higher ones, they don't, they think, oh, go ahead, no problem. You lose. We'll get
It's
you later.
closer
Don't
to
worry.
Krishna. It's
Huh?
closer to Krishna, closer to this free mood.
See,
Um,
more informal. See, Krishna was informal. He's just they're enforced attire and everything. It fooled the Brahmins. See, the Brahmins would not help the cowherd boys. They looked at their dress. They're just cowherd boys herding smelly cows. And they're doing pujas, they're exalted, oh, the cowherd boys, ooh. Hey, but they were closer to Krishna. See, that's the secret. Who's closer to Krishna? They have symptoms. Who's closer to Krishna? Krishna's closer to them. And they have symptoms. The heart laughing, very clear about stuff. Yeah, yeah. So we just preach, and whoever gets the mercy, that's what I say. You'll see sannyasis come sometimes, gurus actually come, like our preaching. Why wouldn't they? If they're in the truth, if they're somewhat purified, why wouldn't they like these things? It's the truth, isn't it? Yeah. I love the truth. The truth is beautiful. Go ahead. Oh, Tom, maybe we get Tom. Read a little bit.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Can I first?
Oh, let's go. We got a comment here. Let's.
Okay.
Ujvala Sama. Okay. All right. What is this here? He says, I'll even put it up here. Whoops. Keep messing it up. I chimed in for a minute, and you say Prabhupada's godbrothers were jealous, some because they didn't want to teach Westerners in the West. Westerners poisoned Prabhupada, and the Westerners poisoned Prabhupada, and he asked to retract the statement, forgiveness from them when he was passing. Um, and he asked to retract that statement and forgiveness. I chimed in for a minute, and you say Prabhupada's godbrothers were jealous because they didn't teach the Westerners in the West. I didn't say because. The godbrothers were just jealous. No, because. You're just covered by jealousy. When a person is empowered by Krishna, jealousy comes out naturally. That's part of the contamination. And I think can't say everybody was, but he said most. I mean, I'm just speaking his words. He said, actually, most of my God, you're probably the only one of my God brothers that's not jealous of me. He said that, right? I'm just taking his statements, you know. And as far as retracting the statements, you know, why would he, really retract anything? I heard that comment. You know what Prabhupada said when I was studying that? He said, actually, he says, when he was preaching, and he says, when you're preaching, you got to do things, like this. He's on his deathbed, Yeah, he preached what he preached, and it was true. His God brothers, most of them were jealous. They actually acted that way. You could look at their behavior and all that stuff. So that was there. Did they change? Okay, maybe some changed. Well, whatever. The bottom line is they're all dead. Okay, they're gone, finished. Who's jealous now? Let's look at that. We're alive, right? We're alive. We're living, man. Which of my God brothers are jealous of this preaching? That's what's important. That's what you need to watch out for. So we're just reenacting the pastimes here now. The spiritual potency was there to, well, it was there, kind of a little bit, inside. Okay? Spiritual potency is here too, a little bit more outside.
Your god brothers are jealous now.
Of course. Why wouldn't they be? This is, you're only jealous if people have something better than you, right? I, I, I would, that would be proof that this isn't potent if they didn't have jealousy about this. Jealous about how I can speak so freely and they can't. They were jealous of Jesus. How could he do these things so free and we can't? Look at that, they're eating corn on the moon. We can't do it because we're afraid we're going to go to hell. And look at Jesus. Too bad, man. Look at Gohar. He doesn't have to. He doesn't preach. You got to do Ekadasi if you just join his group. Yeah. Because you can see the bottom line is, well, we follow Ekadasi. Oh, you're so proudly follow Ekadasi, but you don't have the ecstasy of Lalita Ganga that doesn't follow Ekadasi. So I don't know what's more important to you to come into this group. I don't tell you not to follow Ekadasi. You can follow or don't follow. Just don't even bother me about it, man. I don't want to hear about it. Do it or don't do it, but don't make it an issue here because you're not going to be delivered whether you follow or not. Do you like this preaching? Do you take it to heart? You know, do you become infected by this preaching? Does it cause you to have a transformation in your consciousness? Do you realize the truth of what's being preached here? Do you become dedicated to your guru and Krishna and the Vaishnavas from your heart because your heart is becoming purified? Then you become free from the obligations of having to follow the rules of these varnashram dharmas and all that stuff strictly. You'll follow some because it's good for the body. Mode of goodness is good, right? Regulation. I follow regulations. I get up early in the morning. Lalita's a bad girl. She doesn't always do that, I heard. Ooh. You get up early now?
I don't sleep.
Oh, you don't. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so anyway, envy, jealousy, so what, man? Just. Yeah, yeah. Poison, and the Western poison, Prabhupada. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, and also Prabhupada said his godbrothers might have poisoned him. His guru. I mean, you can read. So I'm not like saying anything. I mean, if you want to get into that, so I don't get into. Who cares, man? Now Prabhupada's happy. He's in Vrindavan, and he's thinking about poison. He's too busy relishing ecstasy like us. That's why I don't get into that stuff. Why waste your time, man? Did Prabhupada get poisoned? He just also made a message. Well, I don't know. My godbrothers, they were giving him injections. I don't know, man. What was in that? It's in the Bhagavatam. Sometimes the disciples poison their guru, man. This just happens. It's in the Bhagavatam, says that. Sometimes they do. Why should it be not surprised? Especially when you're teaching Vaidhi Bhakti, and you have all these contaminated persons with all kinds of weird shit in there going on in their minds. You got thousands. Well, how are you going to purify thousands of disciples with personal attention? It got so big that Hamsaduta was writing the letters for Prabhupada. That's what he told me, Hamsaduta. He said he was writing letter. There's just too many people coming. He had to answer them. That's what he said. Can you imagine getting an answer from Hamsaduta? And you think it's Prabhupada? Anyway, all that stuff is all the Vaidhi stuff, Let it all go. Come on, man. Come on to this platform and enjoy serving Krishna in ecstasy so that he can enjoy it. He can enjoy your association. Otherwise, he doesn't enjoy it and we don't enjoy it. So what is it? Just move. Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
Where can I start reading?
Yeah, where's Freddie? We want him up here. We want got to get
Yeah,
up and read.
I asked him yesterday also, but yeah.
Get up here, Freddie.
Come on.
Come on, you got to do this. You got to get in the habit of becoming ecstatic every day, not once in a blue moon. I remember he came ecstatic in Belgium, and then I haven't seen it until now. So come on, man, forget about this once in a blue moon thing.
Yeah, when he saw you for the first time, he was ecstatic. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, you saw them
yeah,
sitting at the table.
yeah. I remember. I remember every moment.
Oh, it was so beautiful seeing
Freddie,
them.
get your butt up here. I order you. It is a order of a bona fide guru.
Yeah, leave the dishes and leave
Leave
the
the
other.
dishes. Let your father, go watch TV or something.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Tom.
Where shall I read?
Where she's reading.
It's Adilila chapter 8, verse 10. 11. 11.
Okay, one thing. Can I explain Shakti Pod initiation in relation to Krishna? Okay, well, yeah, the Shakti Pod is okay. When I was in India, they would have darshan of these Mayavadi realized persons, and then maybe they did, and they would give an emanation. And that emanation is Shakti. Okay, because their realization is the energy. See, it's a Shakti. See, and this is bhakti pot. See, this is also an energy, but then this energy is the personal form of the Lord. See, that's just the Shakti pod. This is a bhakti pod. See, see. So you get the initiation into the form of the Lord, where you be able to relish the name of God, which is the form of the Lord, and they're only able to relish the energy of the Lord. That's the Mayavadi Shakti Pad. See, it opens up to Brahman level, but this is the best. See, even liberated souls like the four Kamaras, they got the bhakti pod from smelling the tulsi. She's the fragrance. She's of the plant of Krishna. They smelled that. So basically, she's a devotee. And that's the fragrance they smelled that lifted them above the Brahman realization. So those who get Shakti Pad, ultimately they're going to get Bhakti Pad, or that's the next stage, because that's not full realization. There's fault in that. There's fault in the mode of goodness. There's fault in the mode of passion. There's fault in the mode of ignorance. There's fault in every friggin' thing except pure devotional service, love of God. See? That's why nobody will ultimately be fully satisfied until you come com- complete communion with the Lord. That's our ultimate goal of life. Life's ultimate goal of life. Love of God, love of Krishna, his form, his true transcendental form. See? And the form is his name. If you've achieved love of Krishna, you'll chant the holy name with great ecstatic intimacy, which shows in the symptoms. Otherwise, where's your example? Where's your example? What kind of guru are you in our Gaudiya Vaishnava line? Not a very good one. You can't be. You're a speculator. You've got some specs. See, speculator means specs. Eyes are not clear. You're wearing thick spectacles. See, you're making a big spectacle. Okay, go ahead, Tom.
If a person offers obeisances to me, even due to accepting me only as an ordinary sannyasi, his material distresses will diminish, and he will ultimately get liberation.
See? You notice that? Ultimately get liberation. His material distresses. So the Lord is very kind. He said, well, these guys, at least give them liberation. See? Because ultimately you got to accept more intimacy with the Lord. And even liberation is a step. It's almost there, you're almost there, close. You accept him as a sannyasi, your distresses will go. See? So distress, in other words, distress is caused by offending pure devotees. See? That's where real distress. You can get distress from karmas and all that, but really, that's when you start to get bad things. But does that mean a devotee shouldn't preach? Because people are going to offend, right? They're always going to come against preaching to the truth. But there's a point now. See, like this preaching here, people become very offensive. See? But all that's forgiven. See, we forgive all that. This is necessary so that people can go deeper. Otherwise, they have no chance. We help make it clear. Hey, you see, we're here still preaching. You've been offended. I have people apologizing all the time now. They just come in again and again. Oh, I'm really sorry. I see your preaching is really good. See, so the Lord's helping. Because otherwise, if I don't preach these confidential things, nobody will ever know. It'll just be more vitey. This is divine intervention, isn't it? This is bringing people hope to get to the next platform. Otherwise, they will just die with Prabhupada's program of Vaidhi Bhakti and rules, regulations, and all that. They're just continuing that. Or they Raganuga Bhakti in name only with the Narayan Raj group, right? Oh, yeah, just blah, 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 pride, the big sticks prancing around the stage. Big intellectual minds about, memorizing all these things. They would just die like that. Here's their chance, everybody. Why not? You got a chance. Here's a chance for real Raganuga spontaneous devotion. People got it already. See? You just come here and you'll see. You'll be lifted to the higher level. you'll be a real devotee with real devotion and real bhakti. What else is there? Really? Where else is this going? Real devotion, real bhakti, real bhakti. That's it. Real truth, conclusive. Simple. You rise above hypocrisy by the mercy of Lord Caitanya in our line. See? The message, you're getting the message. It's all in the message. I got a message for you. Jesus had a message for you. It was great news, and this is greater news, man. Eh? Better. Rise above Vaidhi, everything. Abandon all varieties of religion. Come here. Just take shelter of the truth, the real essence message that Prabhupada held back, that Bhakti Siddhanta held back, Bhakti Vinod held back and kept it for themselves. Now they want to unlock it for you. Shout it from the rooftops for you. Yeah. Relish chanting the holy names with prema bhakti, man. Anybody can get this. Okay, go ahead.
One who does not show respect unto this merciful Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or does not worship him should be considered as a demon, should be
See,
considered a demon.
again, Satchidananda, this merciful Lord is Satchidananda. That's what we're presenting. We're presenting Lord Chaitanya. He's Satchidananda. That's who he was. He wasn't a sannyasi. That mean, that was a trick to get people to come. See? So that's why I say, don't. Those who give respect to this preaching will get so much. Give respect to the truths that we preach. That's why even if you come here and you're against it, you'll get purified. Even that, like we got people here that they don't exactly accept, and they're fighting it, and but they're, for a time they're unhappy because ultimately when you're accepted. Ooh, Freddie's here. Okay, all right, there he is again. Yeah, yeah, and ultimately when you accept it, we see your head only. There we go. Yeah, we see when you accept it, then the fun begins. The real happiness. Okay, you mind if we have Freddie read here a little bit since we rarely get the guy here?
Of course. Text 12, the halfway. Adilila, chapter 8.
Adilila chapter 8, text 12. Let's see. Okay, so let's see what will happen today. Yeah, I cannot disobey my bona fide guru. Come up here. You can hear me?
Your microphone is making glitches. Do you have a regular mic, or what mic are you using?
I'm just using the tablet, so and there
Okay.
is no sound at all.
Oh, okay. You know what? Go off and come back on again. Let's see if it's because sometimes. Did you? Is your thing been on a long time, perchance?
No, no,
Your
no,
tablet.
I just started this
Okay.
tablet. The other
So
one is
just go off.
charging.
Go off and come back again.
Okay.
Just go off and see if that takes care of it. You eating a cookie? Cookie, sugar cookie. What kind of ice cream? Cookie. Oh, yeah.
Maria cookies.
Young man, you.
Maria cookies.
Oh, a Maria cookie.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Those are good. Yeah, yeah.
my
Not too
favorite.
sweet.
Front
Yeah, not too
section here,
sweet.
front left. Front left, this front section. There's somebody.
What happened? Okay. All right. Let's look at the questions here. Brandy, yes, drugs are material gratification. I'm struggling with this myself. I'm going back to my program today to get myself together. Okay, great. Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah. Add this program because this will give you the higher taste, and you'll be not prone to go too much into that stuff. This gives you the balance. The balance people are looking for. Yeah, replying, anything material can become sense gratification. Yeah, and this is also sense. See, this is spiritual sense gratification. This is what our souls are itching for. It hasn't been awakened. So you come here, you'll get spiritual sense gratification because we have spiritual senses. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Here we go. I think we got him now. Let's see. Okay, let's try again. Ooh, even your picture's better.
Can
Say
you hear
something.
me?
Yeah, we hear you good.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. So problem solved. Okay. Thank you very much for
Oh God, it's
just
doing it. It's doing it again.
doing it again. Oh my God.
Yeah. Did
Okay.
you restart? Did you restart your tablet, or did you just go off?
No, I just went off and I closed all my
Okay,
pages.
maybe restart your tablet. Maybe.
But he's in
Yes, I
another room than yesterday. I can see it.
Oh,
He's not in the same room.
yeah,
Maybe that's
I'm upstairs now because my father
is upstairs.
is downstairs. I don't want to disturb him.
God, there's some. You know what? Restart your tablet. What it is. It's a memory thing. Restart the tablet. I think you got too many programs up. Yeah, restart the tablet. That's what it is. Yeah. Go ahead, Tom. Read on until he restarts.
Okay, continuing text 12. Leela, chapter 8. One who does not show respect unto this merciful Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or does not worship him should be considered a demon, even if he is very much exalted in human society.
Where do you get teachings like that? Very exalted, and that's how the who's who. You If you go against a devotee, they're situated in Shuddha Bhakti. It's very demoniac to go. Yeah, but what are you going to do? People are contaminated, and that's just what it is. The Lord didn't come to judge the world. Jesus didn't come to judge the world. They came to save it. Even demons, if they can realize, let me come into the association of real devotees who bring that spiritual energy, and you can be forgiven, and get purified. And it's so powerful. Many people, they can't help themselves. You know how it is when you're conditioned. You can't let go of the conditioning. They almost have to have them in your face. That's the mercy. They stay in your face until you get purified. They come against your conceptions. They debunk them. The reason Krishna consciousness is here even at this point is because of the powerful preaching of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. See? And for it going forward is because of this potent preaching here. No wimpy stuff here. It has to be jungle growth, choppers and spades too, to a degree. This is pushing it forward. This is giving you guys protection. That's why you're here. Yeah. That's why Vaishnavism, won't go. A lot of these gurus, many of these gurus are doing pretty good or something, maybe, but they don't have this kind of drive. They're all staying. Oh, just don't be offensive. Just walk around. And nobody. They can't give it really proper protection. They can't push this movement on. Oh no, I'm sorry, we don't show. Just keep it internal. Well, it's good. We should meet these devotees. They should come, and should have discussion. I mean, that's fine. You want to keep everything internal, all that, but hey, man, I'm more in the mood of Nityananda and Lord Caitanya expressing these things out. Show the world how beautiful it is to worship God. How else is anybody going to be attracted? Well, we show Vaidhi Bhakti and all that stuff. Even the Lord, even though he did the sannyas order, he still was ecstatic a lot. He just he showed that he kind of balanced it. He would sometimes act like a strict sannyasi, and then he would just let it all go, and then they kind of just confused them a little bit. And it's like, oh, well, maybe it's okay. He does follow sometimes.
But external bhakti is with the deities and the clothes and the incense and the food, etc. That's external bhakti. But they think that what we do is external bhakti because we show the symptoms of internal bhakti.
Yeah.
I had a discussion about that with some devotees.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's fine. See, we're in a sense we're doing external bhakti by chanting. That's the part of the process. But the result is the internal awakening. See, this is the thing. The people need the bhakti, the devotion. See, otherwise they're just doing that, or even Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's still, the name only. You're doing. Lord Chaitanya saw these people. They were doing devotional service in name only. See, they only got the name of it. They didn't get the juice, the feeling, the butter.
Like you said before, they are not alive yet. So what to
Yeah,
do when you're not alive yet? You have to come here if you want to become alive.
You need to
yeah,
be born again. Born again.
yeah. Come here. Let us slap you on the butt a little bit. All right. Let's see. Maybe 3 times is a charm there, Freddie. Let's see. Say a few words.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
I
hear
think
me?
it's working now. Yeah.
Is it working
Okay, you
now?
got it, man. Yeah. Go ahead there,
Yes.
Freddie. Where he left off.
Where did Tom stop? Which verse?
We can continue now at text 13.
Oh, text 13. Okay. Okay. So it's therefore I say again. Is that one?
I think
Therefore I say
it's
again, lifting
doing.
my arms.
Yeah. Just keep reading. Let's see if it gets any better. I don't know.
Okay. Therefore I say again, lifting my arms, all fellow human beings, please worship Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda without false argument.
Maybe you got to change rooms, man. Because is there any other place you can go? Maybe
Now when I go down
it's not
where I was
working.
yesterday, my,
Oh, it's not.
my father is watching television.
Oh,
You can come and visit my place if you want.
oh. Can you go into the bathroom? Go in the bathroom. Go sit on
No,
the toilet.
I'm sitting upstairs.
Hey, it's bona
Yes,
fide. Gorkashwar Das Babaji did that.
window is open, maybe that's the problem.
Okay, go ahead. Wherever you go is good. Gorkashwar Das Babaji, he would go into the toilet and chant Hare Krishna. Get away from materialists. He said the smell of the toilet was better than the smell of materialists.
Yeah, I remember.
And he was in the Dom. Can you
You,
imagine? He was in the Dom.
I have a book here about the previous, what is it?
Don't you
The
have an
history.
external? Don't you have one of those microphones?
No, I don't.
No?
Oh yeah,
Okay, maybe you should
I
order
have one.
one. Go ahead. You
I
call
have
up
one.
Amazon.
Let's see if I go to another room. If this
Okay,
if
go in
this is
another
getting
room.
better.
Yeah, yeah. And then order a microphone anyway from Amazon because they're cheap. You know, a little lapel microphone. You stick it in there. It works great.
Shall I meanwhile say
Let's see.
read text 13?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
So how does it sound from here? Any better?
Um, yeah, keep talking. Let's see.
Okay. So if you are indeed interested in logic and argument, can you apply it to the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? If you do so, you will find it to be
Okay. You know
strikingly
what? Maybe it's me.
wonderful.
You know what? I think it's okay. Just hold on a second. Let me see. I'm going to refresh my thing. I'll be right there.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Okay. See if that works there, Freddie.
Okay. If one is infested with the 10 offenses of in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha mantra, despite his
Okay.
endeavor to chant the holy name for many words, you will not get the
Let,
love
let
of
me let me let
it.
me take a couple people. I'm going to take you all other people down and see if this will work. Okay, I'll take you down for a little bit here. Okay, let's see. We'll just keep Freddie up. Okay, let's try that, Freddie.
Okay, next. Next. By cultivating philosophical knowledge, one can understand his spiritual position and thus be liberated, and by performing sacrifices and pious activities, one can achieve sense gratification in a higher planetary system. But the devotional service of the Lord is so rare that even by
Is it
executing hundreds and
is it messing up over there too? Okay. You know what? Let's try muting our microphones. Everybody except Freddie. Let's try that.
okay, but the devotional service of the Lord is so rare that even by executing hundreds and thousands of sacrifices,
Freddie,
one cannot obtain.
Krishna's against you today. The Lord is against you. He's not letting you. He's trying to build up your desire.
it's
You
a
know what?
funny
Is
show.
that bad?
Funny show.
Why is your computer why is your thing like that today? Do you have any idea?
No, I check my settings and they are okay. My camera is enabled, my microphone is enabled, so everything works like yesterday. So it's weird. I have internet connection. Uh, my tablet is still 93% full. So
Wow, strange. Yeah.
I can
Demons.
I can
It's what?
test the microphone I can get a microphone out of my car, so maybe that might work.
Oh yeah, good. Try. Yeah. Go ahead, Tom. While he's doing that, read on.
Yeah, I also have a suggestion. He can look into the settings, into the audio settings.
Okay, when he comes back, you can
Okay.
tell him.
Volume settings. Maybe the volume is too high.
Ah, volume's too high, maybe.
What now? It's better now? Or it's still too high?
At Read Street, there are audio settings. When you go to the settings and to audio, you can arrange things.
Yeah, but I didn't change anything about audio settings. Let's see. What was that? Yeah, but then I get the different volume levels for home, etc. Yeah, I will get the earphone. Yeah,
So, in the meantime, just chant Hare Krishna until he comes back. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Rama 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 Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama 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 Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama. Whoa, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Rama.
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Okay, we're gonna just chant for a few minutes, Freddie. While we got Tom
Krishna
laughing here.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh yeah,
Hare
let's see if it's working your thing too
Hare
now.
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Oh, good.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Stethoscope.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Say something.
Test. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Same bullshit.
Same bullshit.
You're cursed. The Lord has cursed you today.
Hare
Yeah, he
Krishna,
cursed me
Hare
today.
Krishna, Krishna.
I hope it's only today.
All right, now you got a project. You got to work that out today somehow.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
will be difficult to work that out.
Yeah.
Kisses and curses. Hare
Try it
Krishna.
again. Try it again.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
It's not even any
Hare
better.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Okay, so let's just chant Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare
That
Krishna.
looks like that was
Krishna
working.
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Mm,
Rama Rama, Hare
mm.
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Gaura.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Jai Shri Krishna
Ram.
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadara Shivasadi Kaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Wow, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Ram Hare Ram.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Keep your microphones up there. Chant loud. I want to hear it.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay, actually, it's long enough, man. Been up here for almost 3 hours. We'll see you guys later, man. Hey, it went by pretty quick today. How does it go by so fast? 3 hours. Amazing, huh? Okay, we'll see you later. Hare Krishna. Thank you